where the ghosts ride tall. The reckoners came, and they silenced us all. The bombs lit the sky, turned the world to ash. Civilization crumbled in a fiery crash. Oh, the hell on earth, it came to stay, where the west turned dark and the dead still play. In the shadow of the reckoner's mind, we fight for the dawn, but we live in the night. The spirits, they whisper, and fear was their song. Fed by our terror, they grew strong. Machines of war spoke their fiery tongues, and the last of the West was left undone. Oh, the hell on earth, it came to stay, where the west turned dark and the dead still play. In the shadow of the reckoner's mind, we fight for the dawn, but we live in the night. The junkers build with scraps and dreams, while Templars roam with justice unseen. Psychers and Doomsayers call on the storm. The wasted west is where legends are born. Under a blood moon in a ghost town square, the echoes of the reckoners linger there. We ride for survival, for hope, for law, but the West ain't free, it's bound to war. Oh, the hell on earth, it came to stay, where the west turned dark and the dead still play. In the shadow of the reckoner's mind, but we fight for the dawn, but we live in the night. So saddle up, wanderer, keep your hand near your gun. In the wasted west, there's nowhere to run. The reckoners watch as the old world burns, and the wheel of fate forever turns.
a friend in Birmingham, and I'm going to go and stay with her. We're going to just travel around England and, do day trips and, be a tourist. She goes, well, if you go over to the mainland, which I'm presuming she meant Europe,
should be video broadcast, I think. Right, that's working. Okay. So now I just need to work out why I'm not working in voice. Being paranoid now, just trying to work out what's going on. That's good. Oh yeah, because of course I set this to be invisible. I forgot you could do that. Okay, so just need to work out it doesn't work. Test. Right. And anybody hear me?
The mainland?
Am I talking? No.
yeah, Europe,
You
the
can't hear me.
mainland
Why
of
can't you
Europe.
hear me?
Tell me she wasn't actually.
Why is my mic not working in Discord? Very annoying. Why is my working in Discord, but it was working in Discord yesterday? Let's see. The output device is that. Input. If I make it something other than that, and they won't be able to test. Nope. I can't mute them if I do that. If I do that, I don't think I can mute them. I'm going to have to remember they can hear me all day. Test. Okay, let's see if that one works. Oh, hell, what happened there? Okay.
Lots of things I haven't seen
Hello?
yet.
Oh, I know what it
Well,
is.
because I was a guest.
I know what it is. I was on stupid push to talk server yesterday, wasn't I? There's me trying to talk and they can't hear me because I'm on push to talk. Oh, I hate Jimmy Monker's push to talk server. Right, let's try again. See if they can hear me now.
I've seen places in my own country I've never seen before.
Oh, crikey, what's going on?
You can well believe it.
Hello. Can anyone hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
I've been talking away, none of you can hear me because I was on Jimmy Monker's stupid push to talk server yesterday.
Blame him. He deserves it.
Which is fine.
I wondered why you were so startlingly quiet.
Yeah. I hope you weren't getting worried about the fact that we were ignoring you.
I was starting to get concerned. My feelings were starting to be hurt.
He's used to us ignoring him. It's nothing real new.
He's the GM. It's our job to ignore him, do what we want to do, and then let him deal with it.
Right. Okay. In that case, before we start the game, I'll just sort out if any of you survived.
If any of us survive.
He's throwing his tummy out of the pram. You'll get over it in a minute. Sorry, it is the fire.
Do you notice what I call the damage, though?
Vauxhall is apparently some sort of food court style thing.
Okay.
Oh, that's what
and
a box
apparently
is.
There's a new one opening up downtown. So
there we go. Right now, when we left
downtown London, is London got a downtown? London's pretty.
Well, it's not that far from Finsbury Circus, so I figure it's downtown-ish.
It's in the city, yeah.
Yeah.
The city being the square mile.
They don't say downtown. And Bert, they don't say downtown in England. They say city centre.
Well, no, London. There's the city of London, which is the 1 square mile, which has its own police force, and then there's the rest of London, which is just the Metropolitan Police, amongst other things. So it's the original.
Avoid London. I like oxygen too much.
Indeed. Right, when we left you last week, looks like Scott had got shot, and you were arriving. Whoops, no, wrong window. This window, yeah. Battered but unbroken, the convoy chases the dying light on the second day out of Delos Cross into the foothills of the Rockies. Amid the shadows cast by that range, of the lights of a settlement finally appear along the Kokan. Delilah's Rose slows, an ancient and abused off-ramp offers sanctuary. Heralds of the encroaching dusk. Jacob's Peace. I've also got I've realised I forgot to add a key anyway. So there's a key for the map as well. There you go. You arrive at Jacob's Peace. Which if I zoom out a bit, actually, zoom to fit and then share it. Hang on. There's the sync. There. That should zoom it out to the full line with a bit of details there. So obviously 15 is the highway. So obviously the off-ramp must be just off the map. And then obviously you'll be coming in down to number 8. The train cars turned into barricades. So the convoy pulls into Jacob's Peace.
Actually, we probably pull into one of the 12s.
Probably, actually, yes. Good point. Yes. We'll say you're coming from the north, so we'll say it's
Yeah,
the north.
Yeah, if the map is oriented properly, yeah, that one would be the one that we're
One you'll be coming in
to.
on. Yeah, yep, you'll be coming down there. No problem. So the way station of Jacob's Peace is little more than an armed camp built around the remains of a highway off-ramp. Once housed a fast food restaurant, a gas station, and a garage. Now the place has been rolled. Oh, Joe Rama party notices a handful of bennies stuck in the razor wire. Fair enough. And Trenchworks, half a dozen guard towers watch over the fortifications, and 2 tractor trailers allow access in and out of town on the ramps leading up to the 385. There we go. Inside the town, approximately 1,000 citizens spend their days scratching existence. Small scratch fields maintained throughout the town or hunting in the wastelands. So there we go. A small collection of teepees, yurts, and tent houses the less fortunate members of the community. That's up at number 5, so that's the first thing you'll be driving past. And well, I know that looks like a gas station, but where's the supermarket gas station? The former convenience, yeah, number 4. Oh, the convenience store. Number 4's there. Okay. Yep. And then basically, yes, obviously that's. Oh, I see. That's the actual forecourt for the petrol station, and that's the actual supermarket that was attached to the gas station. So number 4 is the town hall, basically. So the trucks pull up in front of the convoy stops when you get to between outside numbers 3 and 4. See over here, your crop fields. Not sure what there's some half-buried cargo containers, and over at number 7 over there is some semi-trailer cargo containers that are used for dwellings, which apparently is where you'll be able. You can't see it from here, but just behind it, behind that wall, just between, behind the raised cargo section, and back there is a collection of trucks and other cargo containers and lean-tos and ramshackle buildings that apparently is where you'll be spending the night. So
I will just sleep in the van, thank you.
Oh, you can park the van over there, no problem at all. It's a bit crowded in the van with Mika and Ransom and yourself.
It's armored, and I will sleep in the van, thank you.
Okay, we can still park it over there. Seeing as I've made a whole bloody map for you.
But
I've made a whole bloody map for you to be over there. But it's all good. Okay. So yes, but obviously, as I say, the sun is low in the sky, and it will be dusk soon. But you can certainly basically offload any, take a load off your feet and relax, or visit the town if you wish to. Or you can obviously just crash out and possibly patch up Scott, who's bleeding a bit.
Bah.
Actually, I have a question.
Yes.
During our adventurous run of last week, Pecos Pete and El Diablo lost a gun from their truck.
Yes, yeah, it got damaged, didn't it? Yes.
Well, it was destroyed, I think, was the ruling on that.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if they can't repair it, what caliber ammunition was it using, and if will they need and or want it? If it's 50 cal, I would really love to pick it up for the FAV. I know it was a heavy machine gun, I think you called it.
Pico Pete and El Diablo, they were using a machine FAV. Or maybe it's just hard choices. First person to join the future, take a minor mutation, gets a point of conviction, says Davis. Or maybe just let the bennies flow. Do the latter. Hello, Mr. Rowe. How are you, sir? Okay. Let's go all vehicles. Let's go uncategorized. There's the FAV. The FAV is a machine gun heavy. So yes, logically speaking, it's probably the same 50 cal. But we'll see what Pico's Pete and El Diablo are up to there. Let's have a look. El Diablo doesn't have. Let's have a look at Pico's Pete. Pico's Pete doesn't have repair. It looks like their gun is out of action.
Yeah, I don't know. Can we get someone to repair it? Because I'd much rather have them have a working gun than, But if they don't have a use for the ammunition, I could certainly put it to good use for the FAV.
Well, I could take a look at it. I'm fairly handy in doing repairs. And I think I have a toolkit too, so yeah, I do.
Okay, well that's okay. You could be repairing that then over there. That's not a problem. I think someone's stuck. That's okay. Right. So it's been about it's taking about 50 minutes to get here after the end of the big battle. On the road.
Yeah, I should do a healing on Scott, see if I can get him back some of his wounds.
You got 10 minutes of the golden hour left. Oh, look at that. Both wounds healed. Darn it.
Here you go.
Okay.
Rest, get some good food in you. You'll feel right as rain.
I forgot you've managed to acquire Doombug as well, haven't you? You've got a third vehicle now.
Oh, yeah. We don't have enough drivers for the vehicles we've got.
I don't know if Jimborg can drive.
No, he can't. He rolled it unskilled last time.
Well, he could keep rolling unskilled. I mean, he got an advance last week. He could have bought the driving skill. But anyway.
Well, he certainly could have.
He certainly could indeed. But as I say, if you wish to explore Jacob's Piece, now I can't speak, Jacob's Piece, you have the opportunity, or you could just camp down for the night, or you can make repair checks to see if you can repair Pico Beats and El Diablo's gun, but that will take a little.
Yeah, Scott's going to head over to the bar/diner.
Yes, that would be the Worm's Gullet Bar/Tavern. Okay. Once a proud bastion of American consumerism, this chain restaurant has its golden badging torn down and replaced with the skull of a large worm that half rests on the roof and can be used as a sniper's post if needed. The inviting windows have been boarded up, and the drive-thru now serves walkers only with fried meat products and tepid. Inside a single grill still feeds and waters the patrons willing to sit amid the smoky air. Sometimes singers can perform on the makeshift stage, and anyone braving that will get a free meal and drink of hard liquor. The place is owned by Lars Meyer. Okay. And yeah. Basically, it seems quite straightforward. The prices seem to be up there. A hot meal runs to the equivalent of $10 in barter, and a drink of high grain alcohol also costs $10 of barter.
Okay, how much to leave the bottle?
You could probably buy a bottle.
I coming through?
You could probably buy. Yeah, I'm just trying to sit there and work it out. So you could if you want a bottle, you'll have to trade $100 worth of barter, I think.
No problem. Tell him to leave the bottle.
Just gonna
Okay.
spend the time wrenching on these guns or whatever needs repairing, and then crash out in the van.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, Scott will sit down. He'll put a wrench and a screwdriver on the table and ask for some meat, some food.
Okay. Apparently, tonight they got some good rat apparently tonight. It's not too chewy.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay, can I have some notice checks from everyone except Tabitha? She's busy working on the.
I need to send you some when I have more money.
Please.
What's that?
Yes, please.
Not Ratatouille then. Oh dear. Not Ratatouille then. Oh, have a Benny on your next game with Tavis as your GM, Mr. Rowe on me.
Deserves the bennies. Absolutely. He's gonna. I think he gets a point of conviction at the next game. You know.
Ratatouille. That's awesome. From what you understand, from what Grant Dixon was saying, he's gone off to talk. He's gone off talking to the mayor and everything. Is that Jacob's Piece is usually a rather friendly place, but you're definitely getting the distinct impression that people aren't happy to see you all here today.
Really?
Some serious side eye, huh?
Definitely some sort of muttering going on. Scott got the raise. Basically, you also notice that more than a couple of them seem to be glancing at the setting sun and sort of hurrying here and there and everywhere away. And actually, in fact, your Sully and Scott sitting at the bar there in the worm gutter there. Basically, a couple of them seem to be escorting out someone who's definitely had a good day's worth of drinking, judging by the slurring of his speech and the staggering of him. He's going on about shadows dancing on the edge of town.
Okay, in which case Scott will, with his massive D4 persuasion, he's going to see if he can get somebody to tell him about what's going on. What's this shadow, whatever this guy's drinking about or talking about, and why is everybody so
I'll
edgy?
assist that by sharing my bottle of whiskey with whoever he's asking.
Okie dokie. Make a. Ooh, what should we have? Well, I suppose we'll make it a support persuasion roll as you're just trying to convince someone to drink your whiskey.
Persuasion. I hope I don't make this worse.
You don't
Well, I
make
don't
it
make it any
worse,
better.
but obviously, unfortunately, you seem to be. You seem well. Obviously, I won't factor in your ugliness and your fatigue. Actually, yeah, you actually fatigues.
Actually, I gave myself the extra point of fatigue because of how much I've just drunk, and the
Okay,
ugliness is already factored in because of my hindrance. So
exactly. Okay, Scott. Let's see what your how persuasive you are. I'm afraid Sully's trying to force alcohol on someone who's devoutly teetotal.
sorry.
By the look of that roll. The person in question has definitely tried to back away from Sully offering them drinks and everything. They're just muttering, "Oh, that's just Harlan. Just pay him no heed." But as they sort of get up and start walking to the door, they just look back and say one thing: "Stay inside when the moon's full. Don't ask why. Just do it." Anyone wants to make a common knowledge roll, they can do.
I was gonna say, is it a full moon tonight?
I was about to say that's what if you pass, you know it's a full moon tonight.
Okay. I keep getting a trait as the +2 every time I roll something. Why am I getting a +2 on that?
You've probably still got an
Something on the
effect.
combat tracker.
You've got to have an
Tracker,
effect
tracker.
applied to you still, aren't you? That was because you. I think you. I think some of you paid some very nice
Well, I used a
adventure
card. I
cards last
played a
week.
card that gave us +2 on the trait, and it looks like
Yes.
it hasn't gone away.
No, because I'm forgetful so and so. Protection's gone. The inventory gone. Naval gone. The phobia's not a net. Phobia. I don't want to delete phobia. I think that fixes everyone's. Yep, that should fix it. What I will do is. Oop. Yeah, that suits that out, so I can worry about that later. Toggle hold. Debug goes on hold. Group is done. Put that on hold. That on. Let's get rid of stuff I don't know. But I'll backtrack. Okay.
Just out of pure curiosity, I want to find out at some point during the night what they grow in the crop fields. No reason other than I'm interested.
Sure. Okay, there we go. That should do everything, and then put. Oh, sorry, just doing some tidying up of the combat tracker there because so many people that are in the adventure but not around at the moment. So that's
Shush.
I suspect they'll just be food crops, mostly vegetables and stuff. But yeah, you definitely get the impression that are not very popular. Your successful repair basically the sun is setting when Tabitha finishes. You've got the machine gun working again, but you're not exactly happy with. You're not completely happy. You're not completely happy with the accuracy of it. You get the distinct impression. But you do notice that it's not the bullets aren't firing straight. You think the barrel might slightly be bent. Jiminy says let the bennies flow GM2. It's hard choices. I'll just give it to the players. I'll be getting plenty of bennies when they start spending them. I'll give myself. There we go. I'll try to be. I don't start with bennies. Okay. Oh. Okay. So yeah, as dusk begins, as basically as the sun sets, sky the temperature drops noticeably, and everyone you do notice that everyone seems to be rushing indoors. The worm guts staying open, but everywhere else all you can see is people rushing into their houses, locking them up quite quickly.
Well,
Is there anybody in here besides us?
Well, probably there's who runs the well, Lars is still there. Lars Meyer. He's out back, sort of cooking on the food and stuff. And you haven't seen it. You haven't seen a server for all. Rather quiet. Looking outside.
grab
Unless anybody
all my bits and
Go on.
pieces out of the loose bits out of the FAV and go find a place to stay for the night.
What's the weather look like at the moment?
It's a nice clear sky night, you know. No clouds out there, lots of stars shining down.
Probably why it gets cold when there's no cloud cover. The heat escapes faster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's do. Let's park the
To
truck.
get chucked out if I try and sleep in the bar.
Oh yeah, she certainly will.
Well,
Well, then
I
I'll be
throw
sleeping in the sidecar of the motorbike then.
I throw my bedroll in the back of the minivan, and then I sit in the back, with the back doors open, watch
Oh,
the
like I
stars
said,
for a little while before I crash.
like I said, you've actually got allocated.
You have? I missed
sleeping
that bit.
area. Yeah.
Yeah, which number is that at?
It's behind.
It's number 7. It's some of the ones in the back towards the wall.
Oh, all right, fine. Then I'll try and stagger over there.
Hey, well, look,
Didn't
I've made a
realise.
nice map.
Pretty. Oh, that's fair.
That's your allocated accommodation area there. Got the outside. You got that bit, that bit, and that bit. You got Tabitha sleeping in a truck. Oh, hang on. Why is it snapping? It shouldn't be snapping to grid. Is that you cursor key me?
That wasn't snapping to grid. That was me staggering as a drunk.
I didn't pick up on that. See you later, Mr.
She's
Mason.
syncopated. You know what kind of impression that makes on third graders when your music teacher explains syncopation like a drunk staggering bar to bar?
I bet
I've
you
never
they
heard
loved
it
it.
explained that way.
I bet you they loved it.
Enjoy the game.
Having gone to dance college, syncopation is something I've had explained a few different ways, but never that way.
We were in third grade 60 years ago. I still remember that. It was like, okay.
Okay, when you get to the accommodation, Michael seems a little stressed and had some sort of just coldly telling her to be quiet and go to sleep. Sure, it's nothing to worry.
Okay, Cinder. You're not going to get a lot of sleep next to me. Sorry.
Here with me.
Didn't you said something, but I didn't
you
hear
can
it.
come sleep in here with me. I'll keep an eye on you.
You will.
You just said that this was where we were sleeping, so I just put myself in there. So wherever.
Yeah,
I know that. It's just
no, that's fine. No, it's all
from
good.
Night Terrors, and I've just rolled for it, and I'm going to have a very bad night. So I'm not going to be the most pleasant person to be around because I'm going to keep
the fact that she's
dreaming and waking up.
Yeah,
I'm
probably don't want to be
he.
around her if she's drunk anyway.
I'm so definitely a he.
He, sorry. My apologies.
I'm sorry, I will make it more apparent.
It's fully apparent. For some reason, it slipped. It just, I don't know why.
Okay.
And
We're
she,
past the day where the GM keeps confusing my character with Kay's.
Yeah. It took me being somebody, a bald old man to actually get that to happen.
okay.
Take your wins where you can get them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, as you settle down for the night, the first thing you notice is they basically there seems to be wolves howling and seem to be sort of howling from all
feeling you were
around
gonna
the
say that.
edges of the town.
Extra fuel for my night terrors.
They echo from
Oh,
the
and in
hills,
other news,
sounding almost human.
Science has actually brought back the dire wolf from extinction.
I read that.
Yeah, I
And I
read it
just
too.
misheard Kev. I'm pretty sure that Kev didn't just say they sounded just like ramen. I'm sure the
Human.
wolves don't sound like
No, he
noodles.
said human.
Human.
Eerie howls echoing
Human.
from the hills, sounding almost human. They're
Makes
trying
more
to bring
sense.
back woolly mammoths, aren't they, as well?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've
and
made
it's
woolly
like,
mice.
and they're talking about bringing back dinosaurs. My grandson's like, yeah, we like literally had movies explaining why that was probably not a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just thinking, yeah, they started.
If you bring back animals, I mean, the direwolf might be a bit dicey. You don't bring things back that are higher up the food chain than humans.
No, go with the
Hey,
dodo. That's fine.
just because we can do it doesn't mean we should.
Do you know it was something like
Well,
it
you
was
don't
100?
exactly sound.
Sorry, after you.
Go on.
It was apparently it took something
I
like
was gonna.
150 years for the giant tortoises of the Galapagos Islands to be catalogued and registered in London.
Mm-hmm.
Because not because no one brought them back. Lots of people brought them back. Apparently, they're just too damn delicious, and there weren't any living ones or any samples left by the time they got back to the UK. They'd eaten them on the way. Poor
Sounds
things.
about right.
But anyway, yeah. So also you do notice that out of the corners of your eyes, as you're sort of lying, like mind you, so it could just be the drink, but out of the corners of your eyes, shadows keep seeming to move where no one is actually moving.
I'll think I'm probably gonna get up go outside for a breath of fresh air and a pee and try and clear my head.
Okay. As you get up and head outside,
Stagger outside for it.
Micah is definitely basically obviously not having a good time. She seems to be murmuring about something to herself about their ancestor's presence and is angry. As you wander outside, Sully, you notice that the whole town appears to be having a weird ethereal glow come above it and around, or come like almost like it's leaking off.
Lean my head back in. Is anybody in the room awake other than me?
I don't know. Is anyone else awake? Micah seems to be stirring. Ransom's fast asleep and snoring.
What kind of what?
I'm
Wait,
awake.
how late is it? Because I was sitting at the back of the van with the doors open, waiting for it to get.
It's about
Hey,
10. It's
Cinder,
about
you should
10
come
o'clock
and
at night. It's about 10
And
o'clock
I'm
at
probably
night.
still sitting at the back of the van with the doors open, looking
Yep.
at the stars. And
Yep, basking
you
in
should
the
come
light
and
of a
see
full
this
Scott is
moon.
sleeping very hard.
Scott's sleeping very hard apparently.
Eyes like glowing. Gotta see. Pretty wild.
Now,
if I'm in the back of the van with the doors open, whatever it would be something I would notice.
yeah, you can certainly make a notice check.
I'll get up from where I am and stick my head out the door there by Sully and see if I can see what he is talking about.
Well, anybody who's outside and is awake, you will notice and hear some sort of commotion coming from that watchtower, which is the watchtower nearest where you all are. By the sound of it, it's a couple of young lads up there, and something's really freaking them out.
At that point, I'll grab my bow and arrows and move in that direction just to.
No problem at all. Let me unlock tokens.
So which direction from where I am?
The watchtower would probably be over there, off the map, but over there.
And I'd be moving this way, kind of, with my bow and arrow in hand.
Indeed.
Kind of creepy out here.
Yeah, and the kids go, it's wrong. It's wrong. This isn't right. And basically one of them one of the lads seems to be right. Is definitely sort of brings up a rifle as if to shoot something, and the other one says, "Don't be silly," and knocks the rifle back down again.
Well, I'm going to be moving from cover to cover because I don't want them taking pot shots at me.
Oh no! Don't, they're definitely looking outside of town, not where you are. They're looking outside the walls.
Well, then
Where's this watchtower? Sorry.
It's not on this map. It's off this map, but it's on the other map,
okay.
which is this map is just where you're nice accommodation. So you could just tell me you're heading to it. And there's a ladder to climb up it if you wish to climb up. Well, let's say no to that. There's a ladder if you wish to climb up. If we're going back to that one again, if you look, there's a ladder by the watchtower, and it's amber up that and have a look out.
When Sully catches up to me, I'll tell him, look, there's something going on. It's got the guard tower kind of on alert.
Is Ransom awake?
Ransom's fast asleep. He's snoring.
Kick him in the foot and tell him to wake up. Keep an eye on Micah. Something's going on.
Okay. He
And
gives
I'm
you a
gonna
dirty
go
look.
and well, he can give me all the dirty looks he wants. And then I will go and try to wake up Scott.
Okie dokie. Right, the two of you up on the watchtower. There's as you climb up to the top of the watchtower, the two kids basically look at you. They don't even react to the fact you shouldn't really be up there. They are that freaked out, and they basically just staring out, and one of them just sort of is noticeably shaking as he raises up his arm that he cannot keep still, and he points out, and you look in the direction of his pointing, and you can see that there's seems to be a pack of wolves prowling around the edge of town. Their eyes are glowing, it seems like, in the moonlight. Just the way that the moonlight's obviously caught the eyes, obviously, and they appear to be fixed on the walls of the settlement walls.
I tell the kid, you need to, do some deep breaths. You're not going to be much use shaking like that. And I ready my bow and arrow and target in that general direction. I don't fire anything yet because
Kids a shot of Dutch courage each.
Sully and Tabitha, you can make a notice or an occult check if you would like, if you wish to.
I already did the occult. It utterly failed. I'll do the notice though. Oh, the notice is good.
Okay.
Too worried about that kid shaking like that, and he has a flipping gun.
I've given him some whiskey. He'll calm down.
You notice that one of the wolves, the wolves basically, there seems to be like a slight flicker to it, and it basically didn't walk round that bush. It just literally sort of moved through it, and the bush didn't react to something moving through.
I know I've been drinking, but that just walked through that wasn't there, right? I'm not imagining that.
So, back in the camp, Scott and Cinder and Ransom are all there when basically Micah suddenly basically screams at herself awake from bed and sits upright, and her voice trembles with both fear and authority. and she basically looks out to where basically looks out through the door there to where Scott and you are, Cinder. Looks at you and says, "This land remembers," she says, her eyes glowing faintly under the moonlight, "and it does not forgive." As soon as she finished speaking, all the wolves let out a howl. The howl reverbs unnaturally, echoing across the town and shaking the buildings.
And the kid up here pisses his pants.
Oh, most certainly.
Yeah, that's what the whiskey will do for you.
Whiskey is the only reason I ever sleep.
Want to do?
Well, we're up in the tower. We're
Well,
just watching
Scott
this.
is going to obviously. Yeah, Scott is obviously going to get out of bed and step out and come over here to where Cinda is and ask where everybody else is.
And I'll tell him that Tabitha and Sully headed for the watchtower because the watch up there is having issues. They think they see something, but I don't want to get too far away from Micah. So
that was for the two in the
Based on
watchtower.
that howl, there's obviously something out there. Yes.
yeah. Oh. Okay, the wolves vanish without, but I won't see that.
No, that was for the two up on the tower.
Okay.
Okay. Scott will say, where's my ping button? Ping, ping, ping. There. That's not ping button. There's ping button. Scott will point towards this corner and say, "Go stand watch over there." And then he'll come over here to this corner so that he can watch both down the alleyway as well as out in this area.
Sully and Tabitha are still up on the watchtower. You notice suddenly shadows seem to be. I mean, obviously the moon, the full moon is shining bright on the town. You notice it seems like shadows are beginning to stretch and shift across the town, as if they seem to be moving towards the accommodation.
It's the boys on watch. Does this happen every night? Is this something you were expecting?
It's been a strange week. It's only been happening for the past week. I don't know what's going on.
Well, we'll have to see if we can help.
You're definitely trying to do the voice now, more, aren't you?
Yes.
Down in the crop area, there seems to be some sort of commotion. It would appear that some animals have broken free of their stalls and stuff, and are basically panically running away from away from where they are at the moment, which is just the other side of the. Well, what's the map? I'm trying to do a description, and I'm not looking at the map.
We see anybody chasing them or anything?
So they're basically moving that way. They do appear to. That is the thing that comes to mind. It's almost as if there's a predator chasing them, but you don't see anything. Except, notice there's a lone horse. It's just It's remaining. It's refusing to move. Its breath visible. Cold. That
Did you
kind
say
of-
a man on a horse?
No, just a
Lone
lone
horse, I think.
horse. A lone horse. I need Cinder and Scott to make British checks, please. Sound based. I can't remember who you have hearing. I know someone's got hearing issues, haven't they? That Jack Bucker just. I should go on. I can't remember. Florian sits down and starts singing about Benny's. Benny's for all, says Bewildered Badger. God, the Hobbit computer game. I remember that. Florian used to sing about gold. There's you hear whispers on the wind. Although you don't. Is the
He's playing an old CD.
language. Though you could try a I can't say I can't say it. An arcade skill roll, Cinder. Bibliopathy. That's
Book
it.
learning.
Make a book learning skill
Roll
roll,
book
please.
stuff.
I got a 6.
You did get a 6. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, you as soon as you work out what it is, you have to look. You look and you notice the whispers aren't coming from Micah, although she does appear to be. She does appear to be muttering something similar, but you recognise it as the Kota prayers. It's slightly distorted, as if by anger and sorrow. They seem to be wanting to. They seem to be urging you to. They seem to basically be moving away from you southwards across the town.
I think I'm going to go back in the room where Micah is and see if I can get her to talk to me to see if she understands what's going on. Obviously, this is something that is of her culture. Does she know what's happening?
You do? Yes. What she say? Okay, Micah, as you head back in, Micah appears to be frantically searching around, and she basically is in her pack, and she seems to be muttering certain things and starting to sprinkle sand upon the ground, saying, "They're coming, they're coming, they're coming."
Okay. Who's coming? Or what's coming?
Scott, would you like to make a notice check? There appear to be some people walking towards you. They appear to be dressed in quite they seem to have this strange glow about them. They seem to have a large number of feathers on their heads. They all seem to be carrying metal axes and wearing sort of animal skins as clothes.
We might have company out here.
And what you notice, the thing that you notice most of all is that the one of them just literally just walked through a wall.
We might have spooky company out here.
There is what appears to be like an old hand cranked air raid siren.
Oh, then. Seems like an opportune moment to cry.
Indeed.
Oh. Okay. Okay, I
That
don't
was
do
a
a very
very
good
good
irate
impression.
clown.
Very good impression. I was very impressed. Okay. King of clubs. Oh, yes. That was okay. That's interesting.
The dog thought I made the noise for her.
Oh, that's going to be annoying. Unless, of course, this one isn't on the map. There it is. On. They got rid of the nice animated focus. Oh, it's back now. It wasn't showing just now. I don't know what was going on. I got very confused there. Okay, where was I? Okay, pace of 6, I think. So let's tokens. Yeah, token knock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this walks straight through walls to get to there. Obviously, Scott, you aren't there anymore, so it's a bit of luck, isn't it? Cinder. You could see this spectral warrior. That's what we're going to call him. It just walked through the wall of the house and is now standing where Scott was sleeping just moments before. You want to do?
Well, I think first thing I'm going to do is I am going to cast protection over myself, Micah, and Rance. Actually, can I reach? How far is he away? 4. Yeah, I can get him. Actually, what is the range on that? Smarts. My smarts is an 8. I don't think I can get Cinda. No. All right. I will cast protection on myself, Micah, Ransom, and Scott. At least try to. So
That's successful.
Yeah.
Got them all
But not a
nicely targeted for you.
raise. So
It's just it's not a raise, so that would be +2 armor.
And well, I said I had all my gear with me, so I'll pull out my Uzi and.
Uzi 9mm.
Pardon?
Talking to myself, don't worry. I watched
Oh,
Terminator
okay.
again. I watched Terminator again the other day.
And fire off a couple of shots at him, I guess. Dun, dun.
Did you take the multi-action?
Let's just say you got it ready, but you won't be able to fire a couple of shots yet.
Okay. I'll get the gun ready.
Ransom moves to there, stepping by you. He basically lifts up and raises his right hand and fires. Raises his left hand and fires. Oh, it critically fails on the second one.
No.
Okay. Tabitha, not Tabitha. Yeah, Tabitha and Sully, actually, yes. Tabitha and Sully, you both hear gunfire coming back from the accommodation.
Yeah, I make my way down the ladder. Start moving that way.
-6. Shouldn't we be +6? We're above ground, not below it.
I meant, Mike, you're 6 points. You're 6 inches off the map. Is why I put it as -6.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because I'd start running in that direction if I'm hearing gunshots. So do you want me to? Well, it's not my turn yet. You got to move from Ransom.
Okie dokie. I think we're going to have Ransom basically does critical Ransom basically second gun. Basically, he trips over something as he opens fire with the second gun, and it goes. Bullets go flying all over the place around the room, causing everyone, including himself, to duck, distracting you all. As you know, his gun, his machine pistol is just firing bullets all over the place. When I say you all, I just mean the 3 of you in that room. Just looking for Micah. So Micah, Cinder, and Ransom are distracted by the careless weapons discharge, and that gets us to Abbey.
Okay, I climbed down the ladder.
Yep.
And then. Yep. Now, climbing down the ladder and then moving, how far can I actually get onto the map?
Okay, so basically, the second you get onto the map, you running, you still have 2 more inches. Literally, you've got right with his back to you, advancing towards the shack where Biker is. You can see one of the. You can see this spectral warrior advancing, tomahawk in hand. Doesn't appear to have noticed you yet, or if it does, it hasn't obviously registered you as a concern. So it's up to you. You're there. You've still got 2 inches in the
I'm gonna just duck into the nearest shadows.
Okay.
Oh crap!
Duck into the nearest shadows. No problem at all. You can slightly see through him. Warrior number 2 is over here. Okay.
See through him. My arrow will just go through him.
Okay. This spectral warrior literally walks through the wall and attempts to. Oh, I'll use agility. Attempts to grab Micah. Who, unfortunately, because she's distracted, fails to resist and is grappled. This one grabs hold of her and she screams in shock as as this warrior literally just comes through the wall and grabs hold of her. And he seems to be trying to pull her back through the wall, but of course, he's a bit more solid than he is, and that doesn't do much good. Scott, you're up.
I hear Micah scream, "That's my girlfriend!" I will move to the doorway here so that I can see everybody. What weapon does Micah use?
Slingshot.
Slingshot?
I do believe she has a slingshot and a knife. She'll be going for on her turn.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to cast Smite. I'm going to need 4 additional targets because I'm going to cast it on both of Ransom's weapons.
Okay.
So that it doesn't become a problem for you.
Yep.
And come on, machine.
Well, technically, actually, one of them's technically. Oh no, no, I didn't have it jammed, so you're right. Yeah, it's fine. He just sprayed the whole area with bullet. The whole room's peppered with bullet holes.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah, that's what I will do. And casting big whammies. There we go.
Wow.
So everybody gets +4 damage. And their attacks are now magical.
Ooh, like that.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's magic.
And that will be my turn. Because I too forgot to multi-action.
It's annoying, that, isn't it? That should be rolled out well. Sunny.
Okay, I'm going to.
So if you just want to move your standard pace, assuming you've got a standard pace of 6, you can just move your pace and get to
Yeah,
the
I'll
map.
move my standard pace to 6. So if you just take the -6 off me, then I'm there. Can I see the Spectral Warrior 1 when I that when I've
Yeah, you most certainly
speak,
can.
but-
Yeah, you certainly can see it.
Okay.
You can see right slightly through it.
Do I have any faintest clue what it actually is?
Other than what it looks like, which you can see if you hover over it, not really.
Hey. Well, I'll try a bolt on it. See if bolt will work on a spectral presence. It looks like Johnny Depp out of that film, but
There you go. There's a slightly bigger version. Apparently,
I didn't do nothing.
shook it.
And let it know
Oh,
you're there.
Yes.
It is going next, so we'll see what happens. If you want to re-roll your damage.
I'm fine.
Okay, well, the Spectral Warrior turns round and advances on you. And swings his tomahawk at you. Which hits.
Mhm.
It's cold. There's just this chilling cold as it connects with you.
I'm role playing, Ray. Role playing.
As the basically it basically passes the tomahawk passes through your armor and hits
Yeah.
you with chilling cold wounds.
Let me think about it. Right.
You got the armor anyway, but anyway. I'm going to assume you're going to soak because I can hear you talk.
Thank you. Yes, sorry, my son was distracting me, and thank you. Yes, I would have tried to soak that.
Do you want to try again? I'm happy to spend one of your bennies on the fly, but that was
Yes, I will.
unsuccessful soaking, I'm afraid.
I'm just gonna find the right bit of the combat tracker there on it. It's better.
There you go.
I think I managed to.
Yep, you dodge at the last second. Okay, right. Micah is grappled. So she's going to attempt to stab it. She practically tries stabbing at the Spectral Warrior that's got hold of her. Unfortunately, doesn't do much. Okay, new round. Come on. There we go. And unless anyone wants to spend bennies to move up the tracker, Ransom's going first.
Oh, I don't think I want to go last. And that's not bad.
Like
wait, Ransom
Mike?
is going to get a +2. Or is Ransom and Micah not considered?
But they're not player characters.
Yeah, okay. my mistake. That's fine. I tried.
You did try. Okay, so he misses one, but Micah screams as Ransom points the machine pistol directly at her and pulls the trigger. Obviously, he's not actually shooting her, he's shooting above her. The bullets rip into the spectral warrior, who looks a bit shocked when it actually hurts it. Sort of explodes into goo and that just sort of settles on the ground. Warrior 4 just walks straight through everything and approach Scott, but doesn't reach him. And Micah's up next. Micah basically fires a slingshot at the spectral warrior sneaking up on Scott. And then Scott, you're up.
Okay, Scott will turn around and shoot this warrior that's trying to... Actually... Yeah, I'll turn around and shoot the warrior that's trying to sneak up behind me.
Sounds like the dog agrees with that. Go for it. That's a hit. Ooh. That was a 6. That was a 5. Mind you, that's still 2 wounds. So that's the end of that spirit warrior.
And then I will step into the room a little bit and point my weapon at number 5.
Okie doke. Spectral Tomahawk attack again on Sully. It's unfortunate it hits. Again, the blade passes through all your clothing and just hits your torso.
At least he's not messing up my clothes. That's something to be thankful.
Indeed. Okay, Sally, you're up.
Oh, as the bolt seemed to be effective last time, I won't mess with what's not broken.
Hit with raise. Shaken. Okay with shaken? Yep, you are. You move on.
Yeah, for now.
Tabby is up.
There's not much I can do here. I look at Sully and go, looks like you got this, and I take off running to see what the others are up against.
Okay. Six gets you to there. Sorry. And I assume you're going that way.
The last 6.
There.
Okay. And still can't see anything, so that's my turn.
You see ectoplasm splashed on the ground right there.
See that one from where you are?
Side.
Okay.
If he's
Yeah, the
inside,
doorway's right there, so you're just kind of lined up perfectly to see through the doorway at him.
You know, what the hell?
To you. I don't know why the prediction power on Jimborg's about to expire. I thought I deleted that. You hit. It's a wound.
It wounded it. I'm standing there in shock.
It disappears. Cinder, you're up.
Well, the target in front of me just disappeared. Uh,
You can see my
Do I-
arrow. Pick it up.
Yeah,
Do I see
Tabitha's
Spectral
arrow
Warrior?
went straight through the spectral warrior and sat in the wall right next to it, and the warrior disappeared.
Disappeared. So he didn't go split like the other ones.
Didn't go split like the other ones.
Okay. Can I see Spectral Warrior number 3 from where I am?
I don't see why not.
In
The
that
map
case,
doesn't have
then
the luxury
I
of windows,
shall-
so I can put them where I want.
Yeah.
Line subsite.
Then I will target Spectral Warrior number 3 and shoot him. Target him, and then see if I can hit him with the Uzi. And it looks like I missed with every one of them.
Yeah, unfortunately you're still ducking from the bullets that were still ricocheting around the room. Unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So I'm still distracted from the last one.
Yes. That's unfortunately what's going on there. But as soon as you end your turn, that annoying distraction will go away. And next turn, you'd have hit once, but unfortunately, because of that critical fail, you were distracted. Okie dokie. Spectral Warrior recovers from being shaken. The Spectral Warrior reappears, moves straight in to attempt to grapple Micah. I'm going to spend a penny on that. Oh. He grabs hold of Micah. It's in such a way that she's both distracted and vulnerable as it starts dragging her towards the door. The Spectral Warrior you were shooting at walks straight through the wall and swings its tomahawk at you, hitting. Oh, quite lucky on the damage there.
Okay. I roll a vigor to soak that. Is that correct?
Yep. Spend a penny and roll.
Oh,
Right back.
spend a penny, is it? Okay.
Spend a penny to make a soak check. So you failed your soak check, so you get to spend a penny anyway. You get to spend another penny, but you will get to soak the damage on that one.
It's hard enough trying to hit stuff as it is.
And Cinda, for future reference, to make it easy, if you drop your Benny directly on the blood spot on your character on the tracker, that'll do the soak roll.
Oh, will it? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, that was that one done. Some combatants are on hold. I shall F12 for the next round. You can hear have a gunfire in the distance. Oh, look at that. 2 lots of jokers. Such a shame you don't get bennies on hard choices. Oh dear, Spectral Warrior got a joker. That could be unpleasant. This is the one that was attacking Cinder got the joker. This could be very bad for Cinder. Or not, as the case may be. Oh, only because the joker that you got hit there. that I've got Benny's to me. I've got Benny opportunities to re-roll that, but that's so cool. I'm going to let it stand. 3 1s. How annoying is that? Okay.
Even with the Joker bonus, that was only a shake. That's awesome.
Somebody likes me up there.
Okay. Ransom unloads both barrels into the Spectral Warrior that's dragging Micah away. I think he hurt it.
Wow. Holy.
That'll teach you to grab my girlfriend.
It should be pointed out that as you say that, Ransom gives you a very filthy look, Scott. Not a friendly look, it has to be said. Micah darts forwards. Ransom attempts to grab her as she darts forwards there, but fails miserably as she stabs the Spectral Warrior attacking Cinder. Missing. The Spectral Warrior stops focusing on Cinder and turns to look at Micah. Cinder, you are no longer shaken. Act accordingly.
Well, I only have 2 bullets left in my clip, but I will utilize them and hopefully hit something. Not enough ammunition. I have to have 10. I can't fire.
You can always just club it with it as an improvised weapon. You can pistol whip it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, just use your Billy Club button option just to club it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. You should have a gang up bonus. That should be a hit.
No, because... Or no, yeah.
That should be a hit.
Should be a +1.
Micah should have been in melee with it, so that should be a hit. So +1 for gang up. So yeah, roll your damage.
Just the Billy Club damage?
Yep, the Billy Club damage, because you can just ready a weapon as a free action, so you can just draw the Billy Club and smack it rather than pistol whip it, which will give you a improvised weapon. Okay. Well, you really give it a good pounding. And it disappears. Sully, you're up.
Okay. As I seem to have only been doing shaken results with this, I'm going to try telekinetic squeeze. I don't know if it's going to do any good. There's only one way to find out. Certainly cast it.
You certainly cast it. Oh, it's your turn to roll ones.
Oh, it did work though. I think I'm still going to Benny that damage because that was shit. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Oh, I made it get bigger.
I was trying to make it a bigger splat when it went.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But it didn't. I'm not sure if it was that much bigger. I'm just trying to make, because you literally blow it apart with your.
Excellent. I'll then move over there towards where the sound of stuff going on is.
I'm going to go
Just to know I can make them go splat.
and just move in. Well, actually, I'm going to go and check to make sure nobody messed with my van. That only got me 6. But that's
I don't like to worry
goes...
anyone, but someone's sitting on Sully's bike. It's the only token I had a driver on it. Sorry, Scott, over to you.
No, it's okay. Scott looks up at Ransom and goes, "Wait, no. I meant like girlfriend, my female friend, not girlfriend. Like, yeah. I'm gonna go hide. Stand over here."
Penny.
And I'm gonna go look for more bad guys.
Okay. That made me smile. Ransom? Opens file where the spectral warrior was when it vanished. And hits something. And with that, arms down. After a few more minutes, no more seem to appear.
Okay.
What about the wolves? Do we still hear them?
No. They vanished after they howled. Can I have a notice check from
Tabitha?
Tabitha? Yes. There's a pit. Okay. You can hear other gunshots. They seem to be petering out around town. But you notice you notice there's an old man walking towards you with his hands up. Tabitha.
I raise my bow at him and I go, stop right there. Who are you and what do you want?
He goes, the name's Jacob. I think. Are you the ones that came in with that young lady today? I think there's stuff you need to know.
Well, go ahead and spit it out, man.
Because I really ought to tell you as a group. I mean you no harm. I'm not armed.
I gesture with my bow for him to move ahead of me to go with the guys, and I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna keep my bow on, pointing and my arrow pointed at him. This is a world we don't trust anybody.
Agreed. No, that makes perfect sense. Maybe there. That's
Swap clips in my Uzi.
certainly just reset your ammo.
And when he steps through the door with me, I tell him, hey, this guy says his name is Jacob. He says he's got stuff he needs to tell us.
Basically, he explains. Yeah, he says, Jacob Whitefeather. He then looks at Micah and says something in a language I don't think any of you speak. And Micah responds in what appears to be the same language. And he says, I've been trying to talk to the mayor all week, but he just ignores me. Oh, Jacob Whitefeather, they say. He's just a crazy old Indian. And that's how it seems to go. It's going to be a hell on earth down tonight. Grab your partner and let's all do it. And let's all go. Do an Alamand left, a promenade right, a sachet in, and do-say-do. Do-si-do, yeah. We'll drink and dance till it's light. Let the bennies flame. Well, thank you very much, Oldal. That was very nice.
Thank you.
He goes, I had a worry when that fellow turned up, but we need to go back. Let me explain. He says, as far as I can figure it, Jacob's Peace is built on the remains of a town that was built on Lakota land where burial grounds and ceremonial sites once stood. In the 1880s, the settlers' ancestors desecrated the land out of greed, toppling sacred stones and stealing artifacts like the medicine bungle. In 1890, a group of individuals performed a ritual that put the spirits to rest. One of the posse performed the act of courage, but alas, apparently he did not survive the ritual. But everything seemed fine until recently, about a week ago. A scavenger came into town selling trinkets he had uncovered. He got drunk that night and complained about spirits haunting him. He staggered out to the worm's gut and was found the next morning dead, a look of sheer terror upon his face. I only mention it because I thought when he was trying to sell things, one of the things I noticed he had. Yeah, who down is a barn does I knew. I recognise Doomsayers and promenades. My dad used to be a caller. Country dancing. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, I could have sworn he had what looked like a medicine bag. But if it is the case, and this scavenger disturbed something that had been laid to rest, the spirits will basically keep coming back, and obviously. That young lady with you, the fact they were coming here, obviously that young lady's got some power which they think they can. But maybe I'm just a mad old man, I don't know, but that's what I thought I ought to mention in the young lady's presence and see what she makes of it. If there's anything else you wish to ask, I get on my way.
Did you see who collected this guy's belongings?
They, as far as I understand, they had he had nothing of value. He didn't have a medicine bag on him when he was found, and they basically took his food for the town and then buried his body out of town.
If he had it and then he didn't, he's passed it to somebody. We need to find what he did with that.
Or whatever killed him took it.
Well, I'd say he would if he was a scavenger selling stuff, then maybe he just sold it to. Well, the only place he was in town selling stuff was at Naomi's Trinkets. If you've been to the gullet, you've met her father.
Well, then that's where we start.
But as I say, most of the town thinks I'm a crazy old coot, and maybe I am. But as I say, if things are focusing on the young lady, she may have power, and therefore she might be at risk, and she might be able to do something about it. I don't know. I'm just which we're going to hear now. Having done my.
Well, ask Micah if she's in. If she can think of any reason why these guys would be showing up because of a quote missing medicine bag.
She said everything just felt wrong as soon as we got here, but I think maybe what we need to do is it's time for we need to perform a ritual of communication. Ransom doesn't look at all happy about communication. See if I can talk to the spirits and see what's going on. Ransom's making ugly faces at this. Naked of White Feathers definitely speeding away as this is mentioned. But what I need is just to we need to sit around a fire and just concentrate on our ritual, he says.
Well, if it puts these ghosts to rest, it'll certainly up our keep everybody from looking at us with a twisted eye while we're here. So if she's game, I'll watch her back.
I think I've got an animated campfire, so we'll just have to use that one, which will turn out to be it's about the right size. There, build a fire.
Besides, if we can get it done, then that means we might actually get a good night's rest, depending on how much of the night's left.
And some refusers to get involved.
How can I help?
So Micah starts to begin the ritual to perform to the spirits. An overwhelming force washes over all of you, pulling you seemingly back into the past. You see, stars seem to whiz by. Time seems to be literally going backwards. You can see the sun rising in the west and setting in the east. All around you, you can see the town of Jacob's Peace being dismantled, and as it gets faster and faster, but you see people moving backwards and basically picture that classic old film Time Machine. Then there's all this other structure. Another structure that seems to literally rise up out of the ground. It seems to be a modern city. Then basically seems to be knocked back down, and eventually that seems to be replaced by wooden structures, which then go down, and eventually, basically, you seem to be on the plains. No buildings anywhere. A cold wind sweeps through, carrying the faint scent of burning wood and blood. The full moon flickers and dims, replaced by daylight. And you realize you are now sitting in what appears to be the Lakota camp. It says it's more time to hand out bennies. They're hardly using any. You're just giving me loads, but there we go. Let's give them some bennies. You see the Lakota people living in harmony with the land, gathering around sacred sites, holding ceremonies, and living in balance with nature. Micah appears as an observer, with her ancestors smiling down upon her. The peaceful image you see shatters as the settlers begin to arrive. The vision shifts, the settlers encroaching on the sacred lands. The Lakota people plead with them, asking for respect and recognition of their traditions. However, the settlers, led by figures resembling, in some ways, they look quite similar to the people that you've seen around the town today. Obviously, the people in Jacob's Place have settlers here for a long time. Basically begin to desecrate the burial grounds and steal the artifacts. That you see sacred stones being toppled, ritual sites being burned, and Lakota elders being cast aside. Please ignore. Spirits. Basically, some of the spirits seem to now focus on the four of you sitting around the fire with Micah. They look at you almost pleadingly, and in fact, one of them even asks, "What would you have done if you were in our situation?" Does anyone wish to say anything?
I would have fought back.
One nods, and then you see that in retaliation, the Lakota warriors rise to defend their homeland, clashing with the settlers in a bloody battle. Vision highlights moments of heroism and tragedy. I can't speak today. Tragedy. You see a warrior falling, his family. The Lakota shaman curses the land as the dying act, binding her vengeance into the spirits of her people. Settlers gloat as they bury the medicine bungle beneath a stone cairn, believing themselves victorious. judging by the what you see is you get the impression that the medicine bundle was buried some way away from. Why they happen to be attacking here? You're not entirely sure. But then, if the scavenger speaks, then the vision ends and you're thrust back into the present. Spirits seem to linger for a while longer as they look down upon Micah. She looks visibly shaken. Her connection to the ancestors probably stronger than ever. Ghostly whispers fade, leaving behind silence. She looks up and goes, "The medicine bundle, it must be found. And then we will have to leave the safety. We'll have to leave the town and move to a sacred site. There I can perform a ritual, but I will need you to protect me. And one of you, I'm afraid, will have to." But first, we must find the medicine bundle.
Do what? Yeah. Said one of us will have to what?
Perform the act of courage.
Oh.
Part of the ritual.
The act of courage.
Which unfortunately, apparently, the last time it was done, that person did not survive. According to Jacob. First, you've got to find the medicine
bundle. It also could be that person who didn't have anybody else giving them a hand. So maybe, we'll be more successful if we do it together. But obviously, if we don't do something, this town's going to be haunted for, every time there's a full moon.
Indeed. We don't need the pretty little map for that area, but we can go back to this map here. So you're obviously over here.
Yeah. So we need to find the medicine bundle.
Indeed, yes, indeed.
So we need to go to start at the trinket store, I think.
Indeed, which is really interesting because I know the trinket store is not listed in the list, which is very frustrating. Yeah, in the former superstore, about TP tent, crops, semi-trailer containers, off-buried cargo. I mean, the trinket store is in the actual adventure, the Jacob's Peace adventure, not this adventure, and they didn't bother putting it on the map. So we're going to have to put the trinket store. Where should we put the trinket store? Well, we'll put it there. In that very impressive looking container there. But obviously it's the middle of the night. It's close to midnight now, so everything up. But obviously Jacob did say that Naomi's father was the one that ran the gullet.
Well,
remember those shadows? If you also remember when you were on the
them up in the middle. I mean, with all the gunshots and everything else going on.
The whole town's probably up anyway. Indeed, yeah. Also, if you remember when you're up on the tower, the shadows of the buildings seem to be moving south from your perspective.
We return to the present.
Yes.
Yeah. We're back.
Sorry, I had to let the dog in. I missed that bit.
Okay. So you're saying that the shadows, when they were moving through town, were moving south.
I did indeed. I'm just going to pop you on this map. It's not to scale, and I'm obviously getting it just lets me keep track of where you want to move to. I will make sure movement is locked, and there won't be a snap to the grid because of the grid. And the four of you can move. You can move around the town, visit different locations. Yes, the shadows were moving southwards. Obviously, heading down to Naomi's trinkets there, Scott. It's all locked up. That's not Scott. That's Sunny, isn't it? I had to zoom in a bit to notice. Sunny gets to make an occult check though.
I like making. How long has it been since the bar? Oh, you've taken a point of fatigue away anyway. Right.
Oh yeah, you had time to sober up. Oh.
Oh, right. I obviously think it's bunnies. Must be bunnies.
What's with all their furry little noses? What do they need good eyesight for anyway?
Yeah. What's with all the carrots? They need good eyesight for anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely the bunnies.
Exactly.
It's definitely the bunnies. Which means, well, that means obviously the bunnies are over there burying stuff. That's where Sunny will head. Yeah. Mind you, Scott in the main.
Gotta look for the rabbit.
Meanwhile, Scott, you can sense something down here. Right, you're down here. You can sense. You sense something. You can't describe what you can sense, but from where you are now, it's like something's calling you to the.
Something inside the store is calling?
No. It's further away than the store. It seems like it's
okay
beyond the town hall.
I'm going to see if I can go up into this guard tower.
Okay.
And does the feeling still feel further south, kind of thing?
No, not at all. I need a moment. Source out. Right it. Here we go. There we are. Need a set mistake. Didn't do anything. Fine. Okay. No. From where not further south now. It still wants you to head probably northeast, I suppose.
Oh, into the okay. I may be a little confused. I thought you said the trinkets was here in the.
Sorry, the trinkets is, but when you got down to the trinkets and found it all locked up,
you're saying
you sense something else, which is your occult check.
Oh, okay. Is the town?
Yeah. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is whatever's calling you is not in the trinket store when you get there. What I do need to do is find a token. Annoyed now. Just gonna look token so I can actually find a token. Doesn't have to be a token, but they're all elves. Why are they all bloody elves? Just need a grumpy old git type token. Isn't got pointy ears. Oh well, actually that'd be rather cool. It is
the Deadlands token sets.
Yeah, I could use them, but anyway. So, obviously, everyone's
that
still
makes sense. I mean, come on.
Deadlands token set. I don't know if the hell I've got the hell on set actually. Deadlands would be
Even
too
if you don't
sensible.
have the Hell on Earth set, the regular one would probably make more sense than an elf.
Exactly. Well, I didn't choose an elf. That's what I'm saying. Is all I kept finding were elves. Tokens. Right again. Deadlands. No, that's a bit too science fiction. Wish you could actually go back and it wouldn't actually forget where you are. Anyway, there's someone, basically, people are still avoiding you. There's lots of guards moving around the place. I just can't be bothered to worry too much about them. But there's someone shouting a lot now. Seems to be blaming you lot. It's that convoy's people. They brought that girl. It's her. She's the cause. What we need to do is cast them out. We need to cast them out now. I hear lots of people starting to agree, but second, I give up. He's going to look. He's going to be. He's obviously basically when you look down, it appears to be the slightly mutated town drunk.
Maybe you should go and argue with him and tell him it's the rabbits that did it. It's their fault for growing all the bloody carrots.
I think we basically throw them out of town. When the spirits feast upon them, we'll all be okay. More people seem to be agreeing with him as he's drunkly shouting all this stuff. In the meantime, as I said from your perspective, when you were back here, you were getting the distinct impression to go east. Scott, when you're up on the tower, you're now thinking it's more that way, like that angle. So you're getting closer. What's everyone else up to?
My bow and arrow, and it's like, back off. We're gonna get what we got and what we gotta get, and we'll get out of here. It's not us. It's something that's here.
Yeah.
It started before we got here.
It started before we even got here, so it can't be us.
I don't want to let the bellies flow, Jimmy.
Fix it. We think we can fix it. So if you just give us some time, we may be able to help you out, and you won't have to worry about it anymore.
You can give us a persuasion roll there,
and
a notice check from Scott.
Did you say a persuasion roll?
Did you say perception for me?
I said persuasion for Cinder, notice for Scott.
I think I need to Benny that.
You've got plenty of them.
Come on. There's a 4.
Okay. Well, that might mollify him slightly. In the meantime, Scott, as you head, basically as you walk across towards that fuel tank there, you basically you notice some freshly dug earth, partially hidden by overgrowth. I say freshly recent. I should say recently, not freshly. Freshly implies very, imminent. Whereas
so sometime within the last 10-day kind of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Does anyone else want to try and modify?
I will go over and redig whatever that is.
Okie doke. Well, Scott's digging. And Tabby's pointing a bow at him. So he goes, see, look, that guy, she's pointing a bow at me. She's obviously planning to shoot me. It just proves we need to drive them out of town, but take all their weapons and equipment first, I think. Some of the others eyeing up some of your gear thinks that's a good idea and start slowly walking forwards. Does anyone else want to try and be...
Now I understand why they're being haunted. Clearly, they're assholes, and the spirits want to get some revenge.
Mm.
I say we leave them to the spirits. Let them get what's coming to them.
Basically digging down a bit, you find a bungle. It's wrapped in animal hide and adorned with feathers and beads and some strange symbols. The second you touch it, you feel energy pulsing from inside the bag, but you're suddenly overwhelmed with a wave of sadness and rage. You also get the impression that opening the bag is not a good idea.
Yeah, no, that is definitely not happening. Yeah, I will quietly put the bag like inside my coat or something, and head back over towards where everybody else is.
Okay. Brad walks up to Hyatt and basically says, "You need to shut the censored up, or I will drop you where you stand." He says, hands fingering both guns. Hyatt pales, takes one look at him, and goes, maybe I was wrong." The rest of the crowd seems to be backing away. Grant Dixon and the Cowboys are still sort of fortified up here, and a voice shouts out, "Please disperse. Mr. Dixon has assured me that these people you're accosting are reliable and trustworthy, and we have no reasons to worry about anything, I am sure." That seems to mollycoddle them and
You mean mollify them?
Yes, I did mean mollify. Sorry. Look, I'm tired. I've been a long day, and I wrote this adventure in a hurry.
It's okay. It's awesome.
It's all right.
Cute little mistake.
No. I'm just saying it's quite funny. But Micah walks over to you, Scott, and says, "You found the bag. We must. The spirits grow restless. We must move quickly." Grant comes down and once asks what's going on, and says there was gunfire we heard earlier.
Slight haunting problem.
Indeed, he goes, what basically, and what do you need? We need to do.
Well, and remind.
I believe that we need to head south a little ways.
I'll get the
south.
I'll get the mayor to open the barricades. The mayor looks like we never open them at night. He goes, "Well, if you really want more, what I'm gathering here, you'll have more unpleasant visitors if you don't." Eventually, the mayor relents.
So I guess we'll arm ourselves and head out of town to where we need to go to rebury the bag.
Okie dokie.
Return it to where it was originally from.
Indeed.
I'm assuming.
Mike points at a nearby hill. Says, "Up there should be acceptable." And in fact, when you traipse up to the top of the hill, you can see, mostly buried into the ground, but you can still that there is some form of stone circle. Yeah, and obviously when I mean stone circle, I'm not talking like Stonehenge. We're talking about the rings of stones.
Mm-hmm. Something to signify a boundary.
Exactly, and basically. Sorry, I was reading my head there. No, I'm not doing that bit. So so basically, she sets up, and basically explains what needs to be done. So Micah begins preparing the ritual, and basically she explains that she will be performing a ritual of ancestral harmony. So she explains the spirits demand reconciliations for the desecration of the sacred lands, and the ritual transforms. The original ritual it would appear requires a blood sacrifice. However, Micah doesn't feel that is absolutely necessary, and therefore she wants to transform the ritual from requiring a sacrifice of life into a ceremony of restitution, a symbolic act of acknowledging and honouring the spirit's suffering while healing the divide between the settlers and the land. She explains this new ritual will require 3 key elements: the Lakota medicine bundle that you have found, that must be placed at the center of the ritual site. Its presence connects the living with the ancestors, enabling communication with the spirit. Then she explains the act of courage. Obviously, the original act of courage was someone had to volunteer to give up their life. However, she says that someone must willingly confront the spirits by walking into their ranks, carrying a token of peace, such as a feather or an offering of food or a personal item of sentimental value. This is meant to symbolize humility, courage, and the commitment to atone. Eventually, then, Micah will perform the binding words, an ancestral prayer, guiding the spirits back to rest. However, during all of this, the spirits will test those present during the ritual, manifesting as visions of the past, or may even engaging in actual attacks. So it won't be a straightforward situation. She can tell she looks a bit scared by it. Committed to the act. So the first thing you need to decide is who wishes to perform the act.
I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to help out with this.
Like it does reiterate, although she's hoping that she can ensure that this ritual does not require a life, she's not entirely sure it will necessarily work. She warns you, Scott.
Yeah, I've got some connections with the other side, so I'm not that worried about it.
I can throw a protection on you before you go into it, just in case.
Sure.
Clearing stuff up. Where's Sin? That was with a raise. It's 2 toughness. I probably deleted it by mistake. That worked. There we go. That sorted it out. Okay. Now we go. So Ransom, although Ransom is with you, it will not in any way, shape, or be getting involved in this. People do is whatever is required to protect Micah. Okay. So Okay. Okay, as Micah. Okay, so basically, as the obviously as the ritual's performed, everyone will be able to get involved in and help with stuff. Therefore, it will be counted as a dramatic task and all that. There may be times where you'll need to actively perform, react to things that are going on. There'll be other times where you may have the chance to support other characters. It's all down to you which way it goes. It's all well and good, and it's all be nice and narrative. But as soon as Micah starts the ritual, a phantom wind suddenly blows up and rips through the ritual site. And you can see the strength of the wind is already sort of beginning to erase the symbols Micah's drawn, and seems to be trying to move the medicine bundle. So that's not a good start. We'll see what happens when I do the card. Obviously, at the same time, the act of courage will be going on, but we'll worry about that as the time comes. So first things first, we get to Micah. We'll see how well she does on the ritual. A ping there. Did someone leave or did someone join? Okay, that's hey, don't forget, clubs are bad.
Clubs are bad. Then I would like to re-roll. I would like a new card, please.
Okay, there you go. Well, you down to the 6 of hearts. You fail on a club. It is disastrous for the whole task. So, Sully. So, yep, basically, as it stands at the moment, the wind's moving. The wind's trying to knock everything over. If you want, you can support. You can either make a support roll for someone else, or you can attempt an athletics check to try and secure the ritual items from being blown away, or anything else you want us to do to support the
I
ritual.
think I'll support other people because my athletics sucks and I'm likely to just make it worse.
Okay.
Um,
It's a dramatic task, so you can come up with any skill and how you want to support the ritual. Don't worry about it. It's a group dramatic task.
And
I'll
I
use
just played a
battle
card.
because I'm good at organizing the troops, so I can organize other people to help them become more efficient.
And I just played a card that'll be good for this round.
It will be. Jiminy turned up and then vanished again. That's a bit. So.
He turned up or that he'd left? Should we just make our own minds up on that?
Well, he turned up and then left in Discord. I mean, oh yeah,
I will Benny that because no, I'm not really. Not happy with that either. I've got tons of bennies, so bollocks to it. I'm gonna roll this until I either. Well, that will stop me.
Right. Okay. Well, the easiest way to do that is to take off a critical fail means that you reduce Micah's 2 successes because she's the only one who's done some. There's no successes on this round.
Sorry.
That's a -2. Tabitha, you're up.
Not very helpful in this situation.
It's okay, don't worry. You'll get a chance to use telekinetic squeeze soon. Don't worry.
Because of this messing up.
Tabitha.
Oh, if I try to make sure that the stuff don't blow away, that's an independent action, not support.
Yeah, that's just athletics. But that's fine. Somebody needs to.
Good God.
This could be a very interesting adventure. That's 7. That's 7. Yeah, that's a successful grabbing of stuff. It's you on a +1 success on the first round. Cinder.
Double that. I played that card. Or
you
that
did.
Doesn't count.
No, I will count it. Actually, you're quite correct. I will count it as a raise. Yes. Give you 2 back. Cinder. Okay, so Tabitha's grabbing stuff. obviously the winds are blowing up around, trying to disrupt everything and batter Micah. What do you want to do? Any skill you could, anything you want to help in the ritual, or you could just you want.
I will roll my common knowledge to find out anything that I can do to help aid in what she's trying to do.
Okie doke. That's absolutely fine. You basically, yes, using your knowledge, you recognise parts of the ritual and you're able to support along the way.
Yes.
Seems very sensible and reasonable. And that brings us to Scott. Okay.
Doesn't that double her support roll too?
It's a bit hard to do in a dramatic task, but I'll let you do it this once, yes. Scott, okay. As you step into the circle of spirit, ghostly whispers surround you, dredging up visions of your deepest fears and regrets. I don't know what they are, but they're quite vivid. The moment of personal. No background notes. Let's have a look at your hindrances. Let's play on that. Well, it's obviously Grim Servant of Death. So sometimes it's basically obviously it's that. I don't know the exact details myself, and maybe you don't. You're vengeful about it and everything else. So I suspect somewhere in the past you made a mistake that caused a loved one to have a unfortunate terminal accident. However, what you need to do, make a fear check. It's successful. Okay.
You hear me say, "I'm sorry, Mom."
Oh. Now I know. Sorry, I just realised I don't have much background.
Well, I did say whenever I introduced myself that my mom is still alive, so it's obviously something other than shooting her. So
exactly. No, it's absolutely fine. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't think anyone's got clubs this round. Okay. This round, obviously upset by the fact that everything being unable to disrupt. They obviously want their vengeance. Some spirits are obviously happy to be placated, and others aren't. This round, spectral warriors advancing towards you on the hill. They obviously going to be testing your combat prowess. This round, they'll be desperately trying to reach Micah and possibly even Scott, who's standing in the middle of the circle. So you can use combat actions to fight them off to help support the ritual, or of course you can do other things as well. But we will need some of you to fight off the spectral minions, otherwise Micah might be in trouble. But she's going first. Let's see what she can do this time. It's a 7. Not as good as her 2 before, but it gets you a 1. Okay, Scott's up again. So the act of courage. The spirits basically spirits rise up out of the ground and grasp hold of your legs. And basically waves of chilling energy wash all over you, draining your physical and emotional strength. You need to make a vigor check to resist the fatigue and the literal energy drain they're trying to suck your very life force out of your body. Successful. Sully.
This bit I am actually. Target it for me.
But it's all theatre of the mind, so you don't need to target, but you can just cast away.
That.
The kinetic squeeze. Ow. Yeah, we'll just. Yeah, so you basically cast a telekinetic squeeze. And Did you spend 3 already?
Because it was a dramatic task, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've sent the PowerPoints.
6 power points. So it costs you 5 power points in total this round. Obviously, because you're casting
okay.
you're casting. The idea is you're casting multiple powers, as it were, so it costs you 5. So it's 2d6 power points in the dramatic task. But you did get a 14, which means you do blow away quite a considerable number of them. That gets us to Cinder. Spectral minions approaching.
Okay, Cinder will put up protection spells, protection on everyone. I know I did Scott already, but
yep, that's fine.
Nobody else was, so I'll do the rest of the group.
It's absolutely fine. Go for it.
3, 4, 5. I'm including.
Oh, don't worry.
No, you're just making a
It's in a dramatic task. It's narrative. You might be casting it multiple times and things, and it's a random spell usage. So don't worry about spell cost. You just make the spell roll and crit fail. Okay. That's not good. That's not good.
Backlash.
Scott starts looking up a new character.
Oh dear. So that's disconnection.
Yep.
You get that even when you don't crit fail. Yeah, that's not good. Disconnection.
I know I at least take a fatigue.
Yeah. Bib VO happy minus 1D. And you do take a point of fatigue as well. Good. And what I will do is I will reduce your
my D8 to a D6.
Yep. Actually, you can't take what I will have to do is off there like that. I will do that. I did it before. Why won't it let? I'll just have to take 2 off the total at the end. Last time it let me take some off, but this time it won't. So we're at -2 successes at the end of this task, and that gets us to Tabitha for that. Oh, you still spent 7 power points, Cinder.
Okay.
You obviously burnt yourself out doing it, but goes wrong. Oh no, on a crit fail you don't. Sorry, you just screw up. No, don't spend power points. You just suffer a crit fail. Thinking about it logically. Sorry, I'm contradicting myself. Tabby, what are you up to? Spectral Warriors advancing or supporting someone? I mean, Sully blew quite a lot away. You might be able to do something else if you don't want to do any combat, but it's up to you.
Can I be heard?
You can now.
Yeah.
Okay. Who needs help? I was having problems with my computer and missing.
Micah needs help.
Spectral Warriors are attacking, so you can do combat-oriented roles, or you could use any other skill to support in the task. Yes.
I'm going to go and put myself between the Warriors and Micah.
Okie doke.
That would be athletic.
Yeah, athletic sounds reasonable. Yeah, you block them and fight them off. 15. That's impressive.
Because we got to protect Micah.
Indeed. Okay, the third round. So, the third round begins. Dramatic. My God, does everyone get clubs this round?
Oh my God.
Micah got clubs. Tabby got clubs, and Scott got clubs. A crit fail on any of those means the whole ritual is disrupted. Micah's going to spend one of her
Oh, no
bennies.
pressure.
So don't forget, you can spend a benny to get change cards. Obviously, Cinder's got a Joker bonus. So.
Oh, I went from the 2 clubs to the 3 clubs. That's awesome.
You can mess up slightly
To
sooner.
the 6 of clubs. Hey, I'm just working my way up the list here.
6 of
There
clubs.
can't be that many left.
Uh,
I have no idea where that put me now. It jumped me.
Put you up at the
Oh,
Joker.
no, it's Cindy.
I gave you a Jack.
Jack,
Sorry,
the Jack.
not a Joker.
Jack.
Okay.
Yeah, there I am.
So the only question is Tabitha feeling brave because she's still on the 7 of clubs.
Oh no, if I'm on the 7 of clubs, I'm changing that.
He's already gone through most of them.
There we go.
Jack of clubs.
Oh, crap.
Great.
I love that one.
that's
Love the
great.
card though. It's a priest with a super soaker with a cross, obviously filled with holy water.
What did he give me that time? Another flipping club?
Another flipping
Yes,
club.
the same Jack of clubs.
7 of clubs, Jack of clubs. Actually, gave you the Jack of clubs twice. How the hell did you get the same card twice?
Okay, that should have gave me king of something. Jacob.
I don't know what's going on. You don't seem to be getting cards. Spending bennies, but you're not getting cards. Let me see what happens. There we go. You were spending the bennies, but you weren't getting the card there. There you are. You now are the king of spades. Yeah.
So is it my turn or no?
It's no. Cynthia's going first on the joke. Okay, so first things first, I've got to work out what the nature of the supernatural stuff is now. Okay, the ground starts shaking, forcing balance or athletics checks to remain standing. So that's an extra thing you have to do before anything else. Micah may falter in a chanting Micah may falter in a chanting requiring physical or emotional support. So there we go. So first things first, we need an athletics check from you to see if you take bumps and bruises. As the ground from the earthquake, Cinder. So you're absolutely fine. How do you want? What do you wish to do for the 3rd round of the ritual?
I don't think I want to try the bibliopathy, so we'll go with my general healing. I think I already used common knowledge. I can't use that again.
Yep.
So
I like healing. It could be
my,
using your medical knowledge. You're using it to be
medical
supportive.
knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. Supportive. I like that. Go for it.
I think we'll Benny that.
Go for it. 6.
That's a 6. That's better than a 3.
It is. Your grand total up to 1 after deductions.
How many successes do we need to?
That would be telling, wouldn't it?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
We shall see. Well, basically, there's as long as no one critically fails during the ritual, you can't fail the ritual. It just depends how well the ritual works out, as it were, and what the price is. So Tabitha's on 5 though, so you're looking. There's only 4 of you, so you might be okay. Tabitha, what are you? I need an athletics check from you, otherwise you'll take bumps and bruises as the ground shakes, and you might be knocked off your feet. This isn't part of the task, so you can still. We lost you again.
Not me, yeah.
Tabitha, yeah.
Good. Just checking. I didn't miss anything today.
Can't see Tabby. I'm not seeing any response from Tabby. Might have lost her. Might have lost her. Elspeth.
Have we just lost connection to America? Are Americans still in the room?
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
here. We're good.
I'm
Okay,
here,
okay, good.
though
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not in
great.
America,
Wonderful.
but I
Have,
am
North
in North
America.
America.
have we lost America? Well, you know what? That's a whole nother story.
Yeah. Let's not get political.
Oh, mind you,
No,
well,
no, no
actually,
problem.
no, I was watching something earlier, well, which was a bit disconcerting. In fact, there's basically RPGs coming out of China, not books, but maps, cards, dice, everything else. 54% tariff you're going to have to be hit with.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we lost Tabby. I'll do an athletics roll for Tabby. Spend one of her bennies. She's not here to stop me. That's a successful roll. What should we go with? What she hasn't used yet. I think she's going to just fire off arrows at the Spectral Warriors. There we go. Fine, that'll do. And Scott. Oh, we're on to the third. Third round of the Act of Courage. So the spirits demand humility and acknowledgement of the wrongs committed by the settlers. They speak directly to you, Scott, questioning your intentions and seek proof of your sincerity. So now's your chance to roleplay convincing the spirits that they shouldn't kill everyone, including Micah.
When I saw the vision upon picking up the spirit bag,
Yes.
I was asked, what would I have done? I would have fought back as well, because what they did was wrong. And I completely support the fact that you guys fought back, because they were wrong. However, multiple wrongs never makes things right. Killing those people now is not going to change what has happened. All it will do is make more people angry. And therefore, we need to stop with the killing and work towards forgiving. It may not be easy. As a matter of fact, I'm sure it will be quite hard. But sometimes the best path is the hardest path.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to give you 3 successes with that. I was very impressed. You role played a 12 there, as far as I'm concerned. And that gets us to Micah, who obviously is very, very shaken up this round, alas. Obviously getting concerned. And that brings us to Sunny. Sunny gonna do?
Very good question. This round's about persuasion.
Oh, you need an athletics check first of all to not. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that for Micah as well.
Let's see how that goes. Okay, so I'm not on my arse.
No, it was Micah. I forgot to do that. So you're not. You don't suffer a point of fatigue before you get to react this round. So it's up to you what you want to do.
Scott will actually fall to his knees before he starts all of that. So even with
like
the
that.
shaking, it will be a controlled drop to my knees.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. What's your plan, Sully?
Very good question. I think I'm going to use notice to assist.
Okay.
To pick up on any details that might help, which I'm obviously shit at, so don't worry about it. Didn't make it worse. That's what matters.
You didn't make it worse. That's what matters. Okay. Next round. Oh, those clubs keep coming. Who's got them? On the King of Clubs, we have Sully. On the Nine of Spades,
I'm going to see if I can do better than that.
On the Eight of Clubs,
I'll take the 10 of diamonds.
Yep. You take the 10 of diamonds, yeah. Okay, I realised what went wrong with Tabby last turn, so it's okay. I need to give Tabby back Benny's. She was getting them. I was
Yeah,
just stupid.
my computer should have settled down now. It seems whatever was twitching it fixed. So
That's okay. That's okay. Who got the club? Oh, Micah did. She's only got one penny. Her last penny is spent. She got the 8 of spades. So that should get rid of all the clubs. So we're off with Sully going first. But what happens this round? What is the spectral interference for round 4? Well, I'm afraid to say it's going to be. It is going to be another attack of spectral warriors. However, the first thing that happens. So this is something everyone gets to. Resist as an action first. Basically, some spectral shamans appear, and they appear to be starting to cast dark magic curses upon you all, which basically are going to debuff everyone's spirit. But obviously, a spirit check means you are not affected by the curse, so you have to make a spirit check at the start of the round, or I'll nobble you slightly. Sully,
have an influence on my spirit check.
It's against a power, so no,
I have
it's not
fear
a
level
fear.
penalties, so
It's not a fear power which guts would affect. It's just it's spirit to shake off a lower trait roll.
okay. If I suddenly end up typing a lot of stuff, I don't know why, because I see, I figured it out. Dog not one keyboard onto the other, so I've just typed about 3 million eights.
Oh, just press return. Don't worry. Just pop it in the chat and then get it.
Oh, okay, I've deleted half of them. Right.
It's all good.
Yes. Oh.
Somebody's trying to write infinity while sleeping.
I like that.
You say we needed to.
You need to make a spirit check to basically. You need to make a spirit check or be cursed. If you don't make the spirit check, the curse is all your trait dice are removed reload one die for the rest of the ritual. So you resist the curse.
All your trait dice are removed. What?
Yeah, no skills whatsoever. Okay, so you rebuke the curse. There are spectral warriors advancing if you wish to engage in critical failures.
Excuse my language. I do apologise, but that went poorly. I can't remember what.
That's bad actually. When you backlash, because you explode, don't you?
I'm pretty sure it's terrible.
I
don't think I literally do with scanners here.
You potentially can.
No, you don't explode, but your essence spikes out to everybody.
Yeah, when you roll a 1 on a side, so it's a 1, not even a crit fail. It's just when you roll a 1, you suffer a brain burn that causes 2d6 damage plus half the power points you're about to spend. So 2d6 plus 4 damage.
14 damage.
Okay, yeah, 14 damage.
I help by keeling over.
If the ability, when you suffer.
I'm
thinking of Flash Gordon where it actually explodes outwards and affects everyone else. This one's fortunately is just your own brain.
Right.
So which is just
bad enough.
Yeah, treating that as a score roll when it should actually be damage. So you basically cause a wound upon yourself.
Game-wise, I am going to fall to my knees and clutch my head regardless, but I am soaking the damage with a Benny.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. You're down. I wish you have to say there's a way to. You need a way to resolve dramatic tasks by 2 points. I'm just writing down you're at -4 now. Okay, Tabby, you're up. You need to make a spirit check first up to resist the curse that's being cast upon you.
I'll Benny that.
Okay, you successfully resist the curse. Okay, spectral warriors are attacking again.
Okay, and I stand up with my Native American looking bow and arrow and give my best war cry, and I shoot at one of them.
Okie dokie. 13, impressive. You fired 9 arrows by the end of that. By the end of this action, you're just going firing off left, right, and center.
And then that would be my action, right?
Yep. Oops. I accidentally clicked the button I didn't mean to there. All right, Micah is up next. She's trying to complete the ritual. But obviously, her resolve's back now with you fighting them all off. Ransom is will only get involved if her life is actually in danger there. And Cinder, you're up. Spectral warriors are sorting all over the place. So combat ones you can repeat. Want to. Okay, you resist the curse. So you can engage in physical combat, magical combat with the spiritual warriors if you want, or you can of course do something else. Support the that would have to be something you haven't used.
I don't think I've used my healing.
You did last turn, but you could use
Oh no, I
bibliopathy.
used my knowledge one. I'm talking about my power.
Someone else used healing. I apologise. You're quite correct. I get myself command.
So I think we'll try that, but this is going to be a D6, right? Because of the disc. So the disconnect, does that deals with the bibliopathy on everything, not just that one spell? Because I can't use protection until I go back to the book. So
yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, I misunderstood your healing power. Yes, you could. Yeah. Just make a bibliopathy roll.
Yeah, but it's going to be at a D6 instead of a D8.
Yeah, it should be automatic. You should do it automatically when you roll. It should do.
It did. Good.
And you get a 10 out of that, which is good. And see how many power points you've spent. 6.
Okay,
that brings us to Scott. Active courage. Okay, Scott, basically you need to make an arcane or occult roll to resist the magical attacks the shaman are casting upon you as well.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about the spirit one because you're inside the circle, but you just have there's obviously mental whatever. Yeah, you're using your faith to protect you against the mental and magical attacks that the spirits are trying to assault you from. So you're good there. That's 10. That's brilliant. From what your understanding of the ritual, this will be the Micah's beginning. Micah changes her what she's saying. She's finished the ritual of harmony, and now she starts beginning the words of binding. This will be the final round of the ritual. Do you understand it? And the assault will probably be the most intense of the lot at this point. And we've got 2 sets of clubs according to this.
Sally and Scott.
Yeah.
They're both on clubs.
It's okay. I need to bring in Ransom now.
It won't let me choose the diamond.
That's okay. I will have that for you.
Thank you.
Okay. And lost Ransom on the contract. There he is. He's up the top. Okay, the final assault begins, and basically hordes of absolute hordes of virtual warriors are advancing towards you. Ransom, you can tell, is getting annoyed that you individuals allowed Micah to put herself in danger like this, and he steps forwards, opening fire at as many as possible. Even spend a penny on that. Oh, I thought you was going to crit fail there. Okay, so he's firing away with both guns. Okay, that gets us to Tabby.
And she's going to do the same this time. They do the little war cry and then fire off whatever arrows.
Go for it. 6 and 10 arrows this round.
Burnt through all my arrows.
Well, yeah, well, you could roll afterwards to see how many you can recover. That brings us to Scott, the final round of the Act of Courage. 9, what's that? Resisting the spiritual judgment. Okay, the spirits deliver their final judgment, a supernatural wave of pressure that tests the volunteer's soul. Okay, you get to you have to make a spirit check representing bravery, a vigor check representing resilience, and a smarts check representing clarity of mind. Success indicates the spirits accept your role in the ritual, and you get to basically survive. Failure, they unleash their fury upon you, Scott. This is probably... Ooh. Ooh.
This is where I'm going to burn all of my bennies.
Okay, so you represent you survive their assaults upon your bravery. Now it's vigor.
Told you, I'm going to use all my bennies up.
It's okay. This is the climax of the adventure. That's successful, and
Yeah,
now it's smarts. You roll 2 every time on your first roll. Okay, the spirits accept your act of courage and humility, and this will allow Micah to complete the ritual. And so actually we could hit the resolve on Tabitha as well. Actually, we can keep track of how many successes we've got. So Tabitha, we got 10 successes. And obviously you Scott, obviously that was 3 successful successes there, of 4s each time. So we'll add them together to get a 12. That gets you 10 successes. So that's good. And that gets us to Syndra. Don't worry about the protection expiring.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a huge assault. There's hundreds of spectral warriors attacking and all sorts of things going on. So you could use any power you like, or anything else you want to use in your final stand.
I guess I will use my Billy Club and what I can do with that. Do I have to make a vigor or anything to first before I act, or
No. This round you just have to make a fighting check.
okay? I go on to that one. Come on. There we go.
Okay. Okie dokie. So that's an 8. Wonderful stuff. That's wonderful stuff. 8. So at the end of that, you have got 7 successes. See how many you need afterwards. Stanley with 3 successes. What's your final act this round?
I've got something to fight, haven't I?
Well, yeah, yes. It's a good chance to blow things apart with your psionics. Yes.
Yay, I didn't blow myself up this time.
No, indeed, a 5 is a good success. So you're basically psionically blasting left, right, and centre, and that's a bit of luck. You only spent 7 power points. It's been an hour. Let the PowerPoint replacing Benny's flow. Says Tavis. Here we go. Just as you spend all your power points, that gives us +4. Now your 4 successes cancels out the 2 critical. You're only 2 critical failures. Your net result at the end of this is 0, but that's good. And
last, I've managed to claw back to not having made it worse.
Exactly. And Micah will basically perform the ritual binding, getting a total of 5 successes. That's 32 successes at the end of that. You only needed 24, so you're okay. Wonderful stuff. So, okay. So the first things first. You're getting a complete success. Bewildered badger. Bedtime passes, Benny's appear. Okay. Making that a complete success. So, the spirits are appeased. The curse is lifted. And Jacob's peace gains a new chance of beginning. And Micah shares her gratitude with the party, which does remind us.
How many of my arrows do I get back?
How many did you spend?
I've spent all my arrows.
How many did you start with? How many did you start with is what I should say.
16.
16. So that would be 15. 16. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I'm afraid that was a bad roll. You only recover 6 arrows. But you can probably buy some more in the town. That'll be very helpful and thankful. Okay. So basically, as part of the ritual, the spirits thank all of you. You've got such a good success. It's one of the 4 of you are all, and Micah technically as well, are blessed with you get a +1 bonus to any any spirit checks or any other checks resisting spiritual attacks upon you in the future. Make a note somewhere. Obviously, if you're attacked by something spiritual in nature, whatever form of attack it is, to resist it, but you get a +1 bonus on your resists as you're given some sort of spiritual fortitude. But that's where you can head back into the town of Jacob's Peace, where the obviously Jim Borg and normal Steve were obviously manning the town and keeping everyone off you while saving you, which is why, alas, they couldn't take part in the ritual. But congratulations, you have saved the town of Jacob's Peace, and in the morning you'll have an opportunity to go around the town and do any resupplying you may want to do before you refuel the vehicles and continue southward on the Kokan.
Since we just saved their town, you think they'll give me a deal on some arrows?
Oh, I'm sure they will. And if anyone's got the folk hero card, now's a good time to play it. If anyone's got a card that lets you pick the folk heroes card, it's a good time to play it.
If anybody doesn't have it and they're here and hasn't spent a card, say so, and I will give it to you.
I haven't spent a card.
Oh, you got perfect timing. Brilliant.
Perfect timing. Who wants it? Sully. Well, Sully's good at knowing what to pick, so I'll give it to him.
I think you need to spend a penny to use it, and I've just spent mine on PowerPoints.
Except I was just told to give everyone pennies by Joe Rama.
Well, that's handy. In which case, there we go.
Okay, folk hero. I do believe you will get quite a conviction, don't you, from folk hero?
Yes, you do.
There you go.
Yeah. And actually, can I find some more 9mm for my Uzi?
We'll certainly do shopping next week with everyone.
Okay.
There might even be a case of some reward that maybe scrounged up from some good speaking or any adventure cards you get next time. But I hope you enjoyed today. It was very much let's write an adventure that keeps you busy in Jacob's Peace. Well, 2/3 of the party weren't here. So next time we'll get on with the continuing the Kokan run. And we've got Flash Gordon on Sunday for those that are playing that. Otherwise, I'll see you.
Those of us that are just there for Benny support, we'll see you Sunday morning.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll see you next Tuesday as we continue the Kokan run. Thanks very much, guys.
Yep.
A lot of fun, as always.
Lots of fun. Thank you.
Thank you.